Welcome to Thursday. We're starting with strict ring muscle ups. False grip on the rings, dead hang at the bottom, pull to the chest, transition over, and start into your dip. We're going to modify these a couple different ways, and I'll talk about that in a second. Then we've got strict chest bar pull-ups, pronated, which is overhand grip. So you're pull the elbows down, pull the shoulder blades together, get your chest to open up, and then touch the bar. We can modify this to a bar and a rack, where you're doing the exact same thing, just using a little bit of your legs to get your body weight to be a little bit lighter. And then bring your feet off the ground to increase the challenge on that negative. For the strict ring muscle up, modify to false grip ring rows. Then you can go into false grip ring row plus a transition, but notice in the transition, it's the bottom of the dip. So you want the rings to touch the biceps. You want to be deep into the bottom of the dip. And then from there, you can practice coming out and into the top of the dip. And then we've got the modified muscle up from the floor. This is the tougher of the modifiers. So pull to the ribs, false grip, knuckles together, pull to the ribs, the bottom of the chest, transition in that deep dip, and then press out. You need to be able to do a strict dip out of that.
Daddy.
Next up is cleans.
Dad.
So we're doing our clean for reps. It's singles, squat cleans. So practice your first part of the pull being slow and under control. Drive into that next clean. Dropping each time, taking your time, resetting. Make sure each rep looks good. Make sure you're pulling on the bar, keeping it close to your body. Do not pull early. Watch the elbows. They don't bend until the bar comes off of the hips. So I'm not high pulling on the bar until my hips have scooped and drove up, then I pull. So really focus on that. Make sure you're not pulling early because that can cause the bar to push around. And you're not punching the bar with your hips. You're scooping under it and driving it up. Strength is front rack lunges. So we've got 3 sets of 16 steps. Front rack, which is miserable. So just kind of get used to that. Front rack that bar. You can cross your arms, but I do prefer that you practice getting that bar into a good front rack, keeping the elbows high, keeping as many fingers on the bar as you can, which is even challenging for me. But it's great practice for cleans and that front rack strength. You can walk it out. You can stay in place. I prefer to walk it out. Just makes it a little bit easier and more fluid.